Hi dear friends, been a while since I last did a video, but I've just been recently inspired to create this one, which is about giving appreciation and thanks to the body elemental. The reason for doing this, why I was inspired, was because I've been feeling the symptoms of ascension, the energies that are coming into the planet, and it's caused purging, which I'm sure many of you have probably experienced this yourself. And whilst I was going through this purging, it was making me feel rough. I was urged to thank the body, so I was like stroking the body up and down, and I was saying thank you so much, thank you so much, thank you. And I also said thank you to the body elemental. The thing is that we can really have a disassociation with the body because we tend to be in the mind so much. And I found out quite a few years ago about the body elemental, and also I had health kinesiology, which also made me realise how intelligent the body is. And I thought after that I never felt I wanted to take it for granted ever again. But whilst I was purging, I was saying thank you to the body and thank you to the body elemental, and just had this real urge to share this with you, because the body element is something that not many people are aware of. The elemental is a nature spirit that is like a companion to us from conception to when we actually pass away, and it's the engineer of our body. So it really does need recognition and appreciation, something that we don't ever give it. At one time, before the fall of Atlantis, we used to have a wonderful relationship with the elementals and nature spirits and divas, and we used to work with them. We have a symbiotic relationship with them, because they are what's termed as the builders of form. So they're the ones who create all what we see in nature, and obviously our body is nature as well. So it only makes sense that we have an elemental that's assisting us that's helped to create this body, and it's used what was termed as a blueprint that the soul has created as the design for how this body is going to appear. The shape, the characteristics, and it obviously brings in things from past lives, ancestors, things that like maybe ailments and different sicknesses, all sorts of things are taken into consideration. And this body elemental is in charge of all that. It helps to maintain our body, repairs it, keeps it functioning through the day and the night. When we're asleep, we don't have to think about breathing, we just breathe. But that's the responsibility of the body elemental. So I really wanted to share this because it's ignored. It's not just because we don't see it in the physical way doesn't mean that it's not actually present. In presence, it's here with us all the time, because it's part of the body consciousness. You could have called it a body consciousness. And I think it's really important, especially now with all these energies, because these energies are so strong, that we and all the changes that are happening in our body constantly. It's like this body elemental is tirelessly working to bring about these changes, and the more we can have a greater connection with this body elemental, our body elemental, because we all have one, because otherwise we wouldn't exist, our body wouldn't exist. And the more we can have that deep connection, develop that deep connection, the more we can start to work with it to help bring about the best health and well-being for ourselves, our body, for it to function. And I'm not talking about, the body image here, what it looks like, its appearance. I'm talking about the functionality. I'm talking about the intelligence of the body, like I discovered when I had this health kinesiology and all the different elements to it. Obviously the physical, and then there's the energetic side. And this elemental has created this amazing body, even if it's flawed, even if it's imperfections, even though, you may not be happy with your weight and your appearance, but at the end of the day, if we didn't have this body, we wouldn't be able to be here to experience, to go through this evolution in human consciousness. We wouldn't be able to express, we wouldn't be able to interact, we wouldn't be able to do our tasks, anything, if we didn't have this body and this body elemental that is responsible for it. And the thing with the body elemental, it actually takes on everything. If we're, it depends on how we're thinking, how we're behaving, our habits, our behaviors, our beliefs, and it takes that on. So it's like being mindful of that, being mindful of how are we being in the world? What is our attitude like? Because this body elemental has no free will, so he has to use the energy that it's receiving from us. Like all elementals in nature, I'm in the woods at the moment, and all forms in nature have an elemental, having nature spirits to create their form, like this body. And so, without without any of this, we wouldn't even be able to be on this planet. So it's so important for us to acknowledge this one, acknowledge our body elemental, say thank you for looking after my body, for making it, the way it is, for growing this body and maintaining it, repairing it, and the more we can acknowledge in a really positive way, they're giving it this wonderful energy, and it can help in turn to keep our bodies in good health. I wanted to share a picture that I did. I wanted to bring through an image of my own body elemental, how it wanted to appear. I mean, it could come through differently, but this particular day I did it. This is how it came through. So I'll just show you now. See it? They are very childlike and innocent. As I say, they don't have a will of their own, so they're taking on whatever we are, however we're behaving and acting and thinking. So we do have this responsibility, really. And I think I wanted to share this message because I wanted to give a voice to these wonderful beings, whether it's our body elemental or whether it's the elementals in nature, because, as I say, without them we couldn't survive, we couldn't live. This world would be inhabitable if it wasn't for them. So I want to, really say a big thank you and appreciation to these amazing beings that work tirelessly to keep this planet the way it is, and the more we can connect with them and work with them, the more we can bring harmony to this planet and harmony to our own body, bring so it works properly. So yeah, I just wanted to share this message today and to bring some awareness to you and for you to hopefully try and connect with your own elemental. It may not come in the appearance that I've drawn here. It can be whatever the way they want to show up. And you can go into meditation to connect with them. There are some meditations online you can try and then connect in. And they may come as a symbol or a colour, or it don't have to come as a sort of a figure or a portrait of something. It's always going to be different for everybody. But I think it's really important so that it helps us to ground into the body as well. because, as I say, if we're always in the mind, we have a disassociation with the mind, with the body. And so this connection, if we can make this connection with them, this can help us start to ground in our body and become more present. To be present, this will really help the body elemental. The more present we are, not in the past or future, but right here, right now, using our senses to bring us into the here and now, to be aware of our breathing, to breathe deeply and evenly, especially if you can get out into nature and just really feel, inhale and then exhale and feel yourself grounding in your body, grounding down into the feet. And then spend some time thanking your body, hugging it, stroking it, looking at it and thinking in amazement, this is an amazing creation that this body elemental has created for me. It's just absolutely amazing. I'm so grateful to my body elemental for creating this, because I couldn't be here today in the woods listening to the bird song as spring starts to blossom slowly. I've got the bluebell shoots coming up now, ready for next month when they should flower. And I wouldn't be able to experience all this without this body. And so I want to give thanks to the body elemental, and hopefully after you've listened to this yourself, watch this, that you will do the same, even though you can't see it unless you're clairvoyant. Apparently there has been stories that children who have imaginary friends when they're younger, they're seeing their body elemental and they're playing with the body elemental, because they are very childlike. And the more we can have fun and be joyful and play, this is really, a wonderful way of connecting with our body elemental. So I wanted to before I go, I wanted to share a little song that I wrote a few years back. To pay homage to my body. So I'll just sing this, and make up a song for yourself, for your own body. Do some, a nice song. And this is, again, it's paying homage to your body elemental and the body. If it calls to you anyway. This is what I love doing. So I'll just share this with you now. I may be quite small, face going saggy and thin, with hair that's grey and with blotchy skin. But my body's beautiful, my body's beautiful. My legs are stiff and I have a big nose. My joints are creaky and I have crooked toes. But my body's beautiful, my body's beautiful. The cellulite around my thighs and hips, wrinkles and creases next to my lips. But my body's beautiful, my body's beautiful. I celebrate this body, flawed and growing old, 'cause it's part of being human. It houses a spirit of gold. My body's beautiful, my body's beautiful. It was fun to write this song and sing it. It's a bit of fun, but it's at the same time really appreciating this body and appreciating the body elemental. And I just hope this has inspired you to do the same. So thank you so much for watching and listening, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.